Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be talking about where I believe Bitcoin might find a bottom over the next couple of weeks. Bitcoin has been in absolute abject freefall for the last few weeks, and at some point, you would think that Bitcoin needs to find a bottom. We are currently 35% retraced from all-time high, and I'm not real confident where exactly Bitcoin is going to finally get that bottom. I mean, considering we're looking at RSI being the lowest level that has been since the beginning of the bull market back over here, at some point, you would expect that Bitcoin is going to have a bottom sometime soon. So today, we're going to be talking about where I think that is. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Today's episode is brought to you by Phemex. More on that here in just a little bit, but I'm going to give you something for free if you sign up, so check that out. Okay, so why is Bitcoin dropping down to this level? We originally called for Bitcoin to drop down to $94,000, which was sitting here at the 0.618. And 94K. When Bitcoin down on our 1 hourly chart managed to turn $94,000 from support into resistance, we most likely knew that Bitcoin was going to sell off. This was the point right here, literally right there, where we said if Bitcoin does not get above 94,000, it's going to be catastrophic. And then the next day we said if Bitcoin stays below 94, we are officially in a bear market. If we break above 94, we can talk about bull market again, but we still need to see more confirmation than that. We then gave a few price targets for where Bitcoin's bear market would lead us. The first price target was $85,000 because $85,000 was two things. Number one, it was the 0.786 level right here. And number two, it was also the beginning of the institution's bid orders. We've had a lot of inside information from different contacts in the industry telling us lately that institutions are expecting to buy between about 55 and 85,000. They really want to see it get down to 60 to 75. That's where a lot of the big players are hoping to place orders. So they have billions of dollars worth of bid placed down there, which is why you're not seeing the buoyancy in the Bitcoin market that you would expect. Most of these market makers say, okay, 30-40% of the audience of the community thinks that we're going into a 4-year halving cycle bear market, so we'll just place our bid all the way down there where they're expecting us to go, dry up the market, and then Bitcoin will crash down there, get a great entry at 70,000, ride it to 300, and you made a clean 5x on spot. Not to mention a lot of these exchanges are like 1.5 to 2x leverage on their own position, not your position, but on their own stuff behind the scenes that they personally own, not customer funds. I'm not saying that. But what we are looking at right now is that the bid dried up, and so Bitcoin is falling, and that's why you're just kind of falling through the floor. It's no surprise to anybody watching this channel why Bitcoin rejected off of 106 and just fell straight to the floor. We knew it was going to 94. A couple days later, we got information it was probably going lower, and sure enough, it did. So what is our scenario about Bitcoin bouncing here? Well, at the moment, there is a pretty obvious zone, and that is the zone right here between 75,000, which was a previous all-time high and a previous market low, and about 85,000, which is, of course, the 0.786. Bitcoin briefly dropped below that, down to $80,000 this morning. And so right now, I think somewhere in this zone, Bitcoin is going to try and catch a bottom. It's kind of a broad zone. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but that's why we have a lot of buy orders. We've been buying at 85. I've got a bid that I'm building down here at 76. Looking forward to get some entries down there. And at some point, it's possible that Bitcoin's going to bottom in this zone, because this is right around the previous all-time high. We have a previous bull market all-time high at 75,000, and if you look at the visible range volume profile, you're going to see that there's not a lot of trading that's gone on here. A lot of times the market says, hey, we haven't traded there before, so let's trade there for a little while. I mean, Bitcoin really didn't trade here between 75 and 85 for very long. We just kind of rallied straight up through it, dropped back out down into it to fill it for a little bit, and then we rallied. It's just this void in the visible range volume profile. If you'll remember to February of this year, that's actually part of the reason that we called $75,000 perfectly. We called exactly 73,800 to 75,000. That was our call. That's exactly where Bitcoin went. It went exactly where we said it would. And part of the reason we said that was because there's this massive gap over here. Bitcoin moonshot straight through it in, you guessed it, November of next year. Hey, by the way, for everybody complaining, today's price was all-time high a year ago. Welcome to the industry. Buckle up. If you're scared, you really got to check your heart. You got to check and see if you're overexposed. Bitcoin has this giant trading gap here. Nothing going on in this zone. So Bitcoin is being gravitationally attracted to this zone. If you understand anything about fair value gaps, CME gaps, this is just a volume gap. It's a gap. The market generally fills gaps. It doesn't like gaps. Just remember that. If you take a golden nugget from this video, is that markets don't like gaps. They don't like them, and they like to go and hit them. And so it's kind of not surprising that if Bitcoin couldn't hold 75, it was going to come down here and hit the gap. And if it fills the gap, what does it do? Well, if we look at the weekly chart, you will know, you've seen everybody and myself talking about it, Bitcoin fell below the 50 weekly moving average. As you can see, that's what triggered the last bear market. And going into the bear market, we fell considerably below the 50 came back up, back tested it, rejected off of it, and that was the final, like, really solid nail in the coffin that this was not a mid-cycle crash, but it was actually a bear market, right? And so the 50 right now has turned over, which is the first time it's done that since the beginning of the last bear market, which is another bear market confirmation. 50 is now pointing down, right? Bitcoin can fill this gap, this void between 75 to 85, come up here and test this rapidly falling 50, and it'll probably test that rapidly falling 50 right here, probably around this point of control, probably around 94 to 96,000, somewhere in this zone, probably somewhere right around here, maybe at some point in the next few months. I'm a little bit more confident on the price than I am on the timing. I don't know when exactly it's going to happen, but Bitcoin is probably going to drop down at the lowest 75, at the highest maybe 80 that we did this morning was the bottom, but at some point bounce up here, hit the 50, and then right here, this is the moment of truth. Do we continue into a bull market from here, or does Bitcoin do what it does last time, fall over, and at that point, we'd be looking at bear market targets as low as like $50,000, worst case scenario, probably no lower than 55 to 57. So that is the best model that I can come up with for Bitcoin right now. We're still in the information gathering phase. Bitcoin has not had a major market reversal. It has not had a reversal to the upside yet, so we do not have a great deal of confidence. What I will say on the short term is that Bitcoin is attempting to break here above the, let's go to a different chart that's a little cleaner. Bitcoin is attempting right now to break above $85,000. And as you can see, we dropped down to 80. We came back and we back tested the 0.618. We back tested the 0.382. And then we rallied up here again, but right now we're kind of rejecting off the 0.23. So this is the 3-minute chart on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can hold up here above 82, it could possibly break 85, and then maybe the bottom was in temporarily at 80, and then you wonder whether or not our former scenario that we were just talking about is going to come to play. Or are we going to see that rally back up to the 50 weekly? But this is the most likely scenario that I see taking place right now. Bitcoin is probably going to attempt a bottom at some point in this zone, largely because of the visible range volume profile. And then this right here, this is the moment of truth. That's the moment of truth. Do we break the 50 weekly or not? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. Are we going to break the 50 weekly or not? Hey, real quick before we continue, I do want to give a big shout out to Phemex. If you guys have not already signed up for Phemex, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do so, because Phemex is a phenomenal exchange for you to use when you are trading. We are working on a trading course, and we just shot a video for it today that's going to be coming out for Phemex very, very soon. And when you sign up for Phemex, I'm going to be giving you a free trading course that will help keep you safe and profitable in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. I firmly believe it's shaping up to be one of the best courses that we have ever launched on our channel, and I'm going to give it to you for free just for signing up for Phemex and getting trading over there. If you sign up for Phemex, deposit $100, we're going to give it to you for free. So make sure to sign up for one of the best cryptocurrency exchanges in the game, who have taken a very good, have done a very good job taking care of their customers. Phemex took very good care of the traders on 1010. There was no like crazy slippage. The website performed very well. There were no wrongful liquidations like people have had to happen on other exchanges. Performed completely perfectly, and they are going to continue to do that because they are a good exchange. So if you're looking for a good exchange to trade on, Phemex is the place to go. Make sure to check them out with the link in the description box down below. To wrap it all out, here it is. Bitcoin is probably going to try and find a bottom somewhere. I know this is a wide range, too wide of a range for you to go into a leverage long. Wouldn't recommend that right now. These are levels to be accumulating spot. Excuse me. That's what we're doing, is accumulating spot Bitcoin for the next bull market. And then if we get a rally up here, again, this is where we're really going to try and see, can Bitcoin break through the 50 weekly or not? That would be the overwhelming question, is can we break through the 50 weekly or not? And on top of that, another thing to mention is that is going to also coincide with the point of control here at 95,000. So we are starting to kind of hone in on some analysis to figure out what our next major call is going to be on Bitcoin. It's probably going to be somewhat centered around this concept. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you are new here. I'd love to give you a strong confidence about what Bitcoin is going to do. And more importantly, I'd like to help teach you how to succeed in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, no matter what happens. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more content, follow us on X at CryptoJebb, CryptoJebb, and we are posting charts and just all kinds of analysis over there almost every single day. So if you want to follow one of the oldest technical analysts in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, I've been analyzing Bitcoin every single day for over half of its entire existence. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow us on X, and stay tuned for more content. Make sure to sign up for Phemex as well. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.